Namaste and welcome back to my curry workshop. Today I'm going to be trying out another of Derby Dave's fantastic curry blends. I'll be cooking for you a chicken vindaloo using Dave's own vindaloo spice mix, and I'm also going to follow Dave's own recipe today. So here goes, let's have a look at the ingredients. To the pan we'll be adding 4 tablespoons of oil. For the whole spices, 1 piece of Cassia Bark, 1 black cardamom, 10 peppercorns and a teaspoon of cumin seeds. Into the pan we'll then add approximately 300 grams of onion, that's 2 medium onions finely diced. And we'll cook that through until brown. The browning of the onions will help to caramelise the overall dish and also transfer the colour into the final dish. You'll end up with a browner gravy at the end. Once the onions have cooked through, I'll be adding in a tablespoon of garlic and ginger paste, cook out the rawness, followed by 2 diced tomatoes, approximately 200 grams there, a tablespoon of tomato puree, watered down with 3 tablespoons of water. Once the tomatoes are cut through, it's time to add in Derby Dave's fantastic Vindaloo spice blend. It's really good stuff. Once we've cut out the rawness of the spice, we will then add in the marinated chicken. So that was marinated overnight. So in there's 1 large chicken breast diced into bite-sized pieces, 3 tablespoons of yogurt, 2 teaspoons of garlic and ginger paste, and a pinch of salt, approximately 1/4 teaspoon. Again, 1 hour minimum, ideally overnight, 12 hours in the fridge. Throughout the cooking process, I'll be adding warm water as required to adjust the consistency of the gravy. So as this is a vindaloo, towards the end of the cookery process, I'll be adding in 2 teaspoons of white wine vinegar, a teaspoon of lemon juice. I find that lemon juice really connects all the flavours within the dish. For a little bit of sweetness, I'm going to use a natural product. I'm going to use honey. So again, a teaspoon of honey, a little bit of salt to taste, 5 tablespoons of finely chopped coriander, 3 slit, what should be green chilies, they're actually red chilies. Couldn't get hold of green finger chilies today, so I've de-seeded some bird's eye chilies just to reduce the heat content there. And the final ingredient to go in will be a tablespoon of Derby Dave's fenugreek or methi leaf. Stir all that together, adjust the consistency with some water, and then finally, something I've never done before, to finish a dish, Dave tempers his dish with a teaspoon of red Kashmiri chili, which has been cooked in 1 tablespoon of ghee or butter. So we'll do that at the end. We'll then pour it over as you do with a dal, and finally we'll garnish with coriander. Let's get cooking. Into the pan with the 4 tablespoons of oil. That's 4. I'll give that a few minutes to come up to temperature. The oil is just about ready now. The surface of the oil is just starting to shimmer, so we're going to go in with the spices and infuse the oil. Quick stir. Allow the oil to infuse for around a minute, but we're really starting to get the aromas being released now from the whole spices. So at this point, we're going to go in with the onions. In we go. That's 2 medium onions. Pop the heat down to probably setting for my little hob. We'll now cut the onions for around 20 to 25 minutes. So we're going to cut the onions until they're nice and brown, and then we'll move on to the next stage. Onions have been cooking now for just over 25 minutes. Definitely golden brown, some are slightly browner. Apologies, I forgot to press record. So I've gone in with the diced tomatoes and the tomato puree, stirred them in. We're going to go back on with the lid and leave it to simmer away for 5 to 10 minutes to allow the tomatoes to break down. Let's have a look to see how the tomatoes are getting on. Off with the lid. Oh, that looks good. What I'm going to do now, there's quite a lot of moisture in the pan, so I'm not going to add any extra. I'm just going to use my spatula and just help to break down the tomatoes, just squash them down. It's time for the main event, so we're going to add in the Vindaloo spice blend. Make a little space in the middle. And we're going to go in with 5 teaspoons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's stir. Don't want to burn the spices. I'll just give it 20 seconds and I'm going to stir it into the masala. Stir it all in. The next ingredient to be added is the chicken. Into the pan with the chicken. Give it a stir. Make sure all the chicken's coated. As the chicken contains moisture, I'm not going to add any extra liquid at this point. I'm going to pop on the lid. Let the dish come back through to temperature and simmer for around 10 minutes, stirring occasionally, and if needed, adding in a little bit more water. The chicken's been cooking away in the gravy now for around 7 to 10 minutes, so just take the lid off, have a look, give it a stir, and put the lid back on. Oh wow, that is looking good. Stirring. The gravy's coming together now, it's taking on a nice dark colour. I think at this point actually I'm going to add in some warm water to help with the gravy and breaking down those onions. Back on with the lid. Heat down to medium and we'll let that simmer away for another 10 minutes. So let's have a look at the chicken. Lid off. Oh, it's looking very nice. Lots of craters in there. That is looking lovely. I'm having a little taste. It's starting to come together nicely. That's good. Oh wow, that's good. That is really nice. So in with the next ingredients, 1 teaspoon of honey. For sweetness, adjust to your liking. I'm just going to squirt some in. 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. And as this is a Vindaloo, 2 teaspoons of vinegar. So I'm using white wine vinegar. Give it all a good stir to combine the flavours. Oh, we can smell the vinegar cooking out. Give that a minute to infuse. Confession time, I forgot to add in my garlic ginger paste earlier on. Not a major problem. I'll do it now. Just make a little bit of space at the side of the pan. In it goes. And we'll try and see if we can cook it out before it's stirred into the sauce. It doesn't matter either way. Should have gone in just after the onions, so apologies. I'm just stirring the garlic and ginger paste. Right, in with the next ingredients. So 5 tablespoons of coriander. And the 3, what should be split green chilies, are actually split red chilies into the gravy. Wow. Love the colours. Lid on, and let that come through to temperature and infuse. Let's have a look. Final ingredient for the main dish before we do the tempering with the Kashmiri red chilli. 1 tablespoon of methi leaf. Let's stir it all in. Wow, the aromas, the layers of flavour Dave's built into this dish are actually off the scale. That is looking fantastic. Look at that. And add a little bit more water in to adjust the consistency of the gravy. Give that a stir. Okay, let's serve. That will shake. We're going to finish the dish by tempering it with some red Kashmiri chili powder. Into the oil, give it a stir around. Wow, that's good. Don't want to burn it, so just give it 20 seconds. Then we're going to pour over the finished dish. Just adds in another layer of fantastic flavour. Now that looks truly amazing. Time for a taste test. So in we go. So we get a piece of chicken, some gravy, coriander. In we go. Oh wow, wow, that is fantastic. I think the tempering as well with the Kashmiri red chilli just added another level of flavour. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you liked, please like and subscribe and comment and share. And hopefully I'll see you in the future. Thank you. Bye.